Hi, my name is Jonathan Nickel, and I hope you found that playing demonstration to be beneficial. I would like to detail some of the key points that I kept in mind while learning these Fairling etudes myself. We'll start with the Alto Fairling number 5, the lyrical etude. Two key points to keep in mind through all this is making sure that 1, phrases are always going places, so don't let it stagnate ever. And 2, make sure our articulations are light. We want to do our tongue and our air articulations at the same time and create rounded staccatos. Do not tongue stop the staccatos, as that will create a clipped sound, and that's not appropriate for this etude. Through the first line, you can do a nice crescendo through most of it. Follow what's on the page, the decrescendo down to the low B. It will be very impressive if you can play that soft, but with a nice supported sound. From there, the next thing to keep in mind is after the next forte, we've got an octave jump from middle B to high B in line 2, measure 3. High B is probably going to want to be very sharp in comparison. You can lower pitch on that by putting down your left hand pinky, low B flat key to help lower pitch on that. From there, at the end of the second line, we've got some tricky octave leaps where we're constantly going from high notes back down to the middle D. Make sure that your middle finger and ring finger on your right hand are pressing the pad down at exactly the same time as all of your other fingers to prevent that middle D from going through an overtone. Keep in mind the melody in that measure is in the upper notes, not the middle D. After that, stay supported through the last line in shape, following the decrescendo at the end with the ritardando. Again, thinking nice rounded articulations for that. Throughout the entire etude, I'd recommend playing all this with the tuner at all times to make sure that you're checking pitch on any other treble notes that you might have on your instrument that are probably different from mine. From there, let's talk about the technical etude next. So this is etude number 48. The very first two notes, E flat to middle B flat. On many alto saxophones, that middle B flat is likely to be under pitch, too flat in comparison. We can raise that with the fingering 1, 3, 4, TA. From there, we want to make sure we get the trills in, at least 2 of the trills per E flat quarter note that we've got. We'll want to blow through that and support with air, and you can just trill using your middle finger on the right hand. You can just move the middle pad with that. From there, I put a breath mark before the high G flat in the second line so I could have enough air support to get through this next section, which is all forte. And then I put another breath mark with a ritardando before the end of the second line. I found that was helpful for getting through the next phrase without having to take another break. After that, we've got a phrase, new phrase beginning at the end of the fourth line, third measure from the end, watching pitch on those middle notes, make sure they're not going flat, crescendo, decrescendo. And then we get back into the E flat trills, again, trying to get in at 2 per E flat. Keep an eye on the accent placements throughout this etude. I think they're very important. Usually the accents are placed at the start of groups of notes that are slurred together. So a little bit of air emphasis to keep the line moving forward is really the goal that we want to keep in mind with that. And finally, as we got to the end of the etude, since it's cut off in the middle, I did, along with the decrescendo down to piano, a slight retardando, so I could end nice and lightly on the final G to A flat and make that more conclusive. I hope this is helpful for you, and best of luck with your auditions. If you have any questions, you can look to my information in the description below and feel free to reach out with whatever questions or comments you might have. Happy practicing and good luck with your auditions. Thank you.